All right, so on the most recent episode of the Trash Tuesday podcast, the girls discussed Brendan Schaub once again, and they talked about his appearance on the Tiger Belly podcast, and they even talked about the evidence, this Reddit evidence that everybody's waiting to see. All right, so I'm not going to waste much time here. I'm just going to get right into the clips, and I'm going to start with Kalila talking about the Tiger Belly podcast that they did with Brendan.
The most boring episodes we've ever done. Only because it's like there was hardly any laughs. It was so tense. It was very uncomfortable. And I wish that I was going in there thinking that he would just like take responsibility for everything. But there was one piece of information that I felt like I still have a big like mistrust for him. So we have a long way to go.
Really? Even after you had him on?
I can't believe she said it was one of the most boring episodes they've ever done. I mean, I guess she might be saying that just because it's Brendan and she wants to be like, yeah, he's a terrible guest. He's not funny. He's boring. But that was a really good podcast. And I'm sure a lot of people enjoyed it, even though it's not the normal thing they do, I'm sure. But this is what the people want to hear. This is entertaining stuff. And I think Kalila knows that. Like, she seems like this, like, obviously she wishes she wasn't going through it, but also at the same time, I think she does kind of enjoy the drama, and she had to enjoy embarrassing Brendan on that Tiger Belly podcast they just did.
Yeah, and we talked about it on the show. I think, like, you know, I don't have any ill feeling towards him anymore, but there's still a lot of mistrust. And only because, you know, he's still not willing to admit that what we said on the show ultimately led to the whole spectacle that became the Reddit accusation. He's saying those are two different occurrences. But I'm like, Schaub, the timing is very strange because it was only a couple days after our live show that the Reddit accusations came out and the slandering came out. So we're not there yet. I think that we have a long way to go before like we fully like have some type of, I don't know, like goodness between us. But I do respect that, you know, I appreciate that he had the balls to come on the show.
Okay, but can you tell me then, like, what did come out of it? Like, what did he own up to? Or?
I wish he had the balls to come on this show because I still, after hearing...
Yeah, if he went on this podcast, that'd be awesome. I don't know if he ever will. I don't know if he plans on it, but I think that'd be great. I think everyone would enjoy that, especially because Brendan denies the whole truck walk incident.
This is high entertainment for them, including our friends and colleagues who are like, what's happening? Oh no, but he said this. All of them think this is a dumpster fire they cannot peel their eyes away from. So we have to see it as, you know, for me, it's felt like a lose-lose. Only because it's like, everyone's just laughing at this whole spectacle. It turned into...
Seems like a win to me. That's what I go for is laughs. You tell jokes.
But it's like, it was, you know, and that's what I tried to convey to him. Like, as honestly as I could, it's like, Brendan, this was something so small. On January 25th, we had a giggly little girl talk. On January 26th, a phone call could have been made to say, that hurt my feelings. Can you guys not do that anymore? Instead, now there's possibly federal crimes. So to me, that's an absurdity that I cannot wrap my head around. And I'd like to officially say I am exiting this
Me too. I'm
fucking
out.
circus.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, we work in this field of people, most of them are clowns in Arrested Development. And maybe that's me too.
All of us.
This clown is leaving the fucking circus. I'm out. It's not worth it, you guys. We have a great show. You know, we got it. We didn't mean to hurt anyone. Then we were told we were intentionally hurting someone.
When we never,
right. It's done. It's done.
And people's personal lives are not our business.
I don't care.
I don't
give
keep
a
saying
shit
that.
what you do.
We don't care. You guys do what you do.
It's been, I mean, it went to the top. Let's just say that. This whole situation, this small little podcast operation.
So Kalila talks about how like she's over it and she's done with this and she's like exiting or whatever, which maybe is possible. But I think if she has another opportunity to talk about this with Brendan, or if he comes on the podcast, she's obviously going to accept it. I mean, just a few seconds after this, I'll play this clip right here where she says, Brendan, come on the show. Like, just come talk to us.
But Brendan, it's your move. Well, just
we're done.
Come to the show.
Come hang out with us.
Yeah. So I also wanted to clarify.
So I just think if the opportunity was there and Brendan's like, yeah, I'll come on the show and talk about everything, obviously they would be down for it. which I don't blame them. That'd be a great podcast, and that's what the people are looking for. But that's why I'm just saying, I don't think Kalila is going to be done with this. Maybe she will be, but I'd be pretty surprised, because if they have a chance to dig into this more and really get to the bottom of things, I don't think they're going to turn that down. But also, it's possible Kalila just wants to be done with this, because she actually ended up getting a lot of hate from like talking about this on H3 when Bobby obviously didn't want to talk about it. And then also the whole open relationship thing with her and Bobby, like a lot of Tiger Belly fans and Bobby Lee fans are just really upset with her for that. And a lot of people think she's manipulating him and using him. So somehow the blackmail that Brendan was trying to use against them ended up kind of working. Obviously, like it all blew up in their face, like Brendan's face, but people are upset with Kalila now. Like on her subreddit, people are just tearing her apart, and a lot of people are really mad at her, and they think she's using Bobby, and they think Bobby needs to leave her. And I saw this one post on there where this person took a lot of time to write this out. Like it's probably a couple of pages, and they went into a lot of detail about how she's manipulating him and all this crazy stuff, and how she's a psychopath. And I think they compared her to Jada Pinkett Smith, so she's getting a lot of hate on the subreddit, and I think she would be on the Tiger Belly subreddit, but I think they're deleting posts, and I'm pretty sure they banned a lot of people. So there's like a civil war going on with the Tiger Belly fans. So I think that could definitely be a reason why Kalila just wants to be done with this, because I'm sure Bobby is stressed out and he doesn't want to talk about it anymore, and their fans are really mad at her, so she probably just wants everyone to forget about this and move on. But also at the same time, like I said, I do think she kind of enjoys the drama, so I think she's probably conflicted, and she would like to have Brendan on, she would like to talk to him more, but also she probably doesn't want to get any more hate, and she doesn't want to rile up the crowd anymore, and she doesn't want Bobby to be stressed out. So it'll be interesting to see what happens from here. But with this podcast, there's a little more that I want to play where Kalila talks about the Reddit evidence.
So I also wanted to clarify for the audience that watched the Tiger Belly episode that Schaub said that he had like 300 pages of evidence against us, but then it was never shown to us or our production team, even though I had continued to ask for it, right? But at the end of the show, he was like, I will show you after the show. But I'm like, well, my audience is not going to know what we've seen. So I'm putting this information on Trash Tuesday instead. What we saw was a very zoomed in photo of HTML codes, numbers, no context on a paper. And you know when you encircle something on your phone with red, it just said the company's email. And then he showed me another page, all HTML code, no context, completely zoomed in. And it said Robert Lee, which is not even Bobby's like government name. And that was
that a president?
Yeah, Robert E. Lee.
It was Robert E.
General.
Lee. Oh my God, General E.
Yeah.
Lee. That's so. I can't believe you had government officials coming after him on Reddit.
So I know that
so fucked up.
I was supposed to update we were supposed to update the audience on Tiger Belly, but we forgot. But those are two things that I saw, and I was like, Brendan, this is a joke.
So I think this is probably what everyone expected, like just some random shit that he's trying to show them to save his own ass, because they probably didn't have much evidence. Like, who was going to take Brendan seriously with some HTML code? Like, Brendan knows what he's looking at with that. How would he describe that to anybody? How does he explain what this stuff is? So I think it's safe to say that after the original Trash Tuesday podcast where they talked about the anonymous comedian, that Brendan or his team was looking for some kind of evidence to connect Tiger Belly to the Fighter and the Kid subreddit, so then they can go after them and use that as blackmail. And I think they either found some account that was just using a Tiger Belly email, or his team or him just said, all right, we got something, let's just tell him about it, we'll make it up, who cares? You know, I think with this team that Brendan keeps talking about, he needs to like see this stuff himself and try to figure out what's going on. It doesn't sound like having people report to him is going very well. So like I said, I think it'll be interesting to see where things go from here. I think it could just kind of slowly die out. Or, you know, these girls, it seemed like they did kind of enjoy talking about it still, obviously. Like, there's more they talked about on here, and they're making fun of him and joking about all the hate he gets. If you want to watch it, go check out their podcast. And maybe we'll see Brendan on there soon, hopefully. I think that would be interesting. And maybe they could get to the bottom of things. Maybe they could figure out that the whole truck walk was a miscommunication. But I doubt Brendan is looking to go on there right now. Even though he did go on the Tiger Belly podcast, I was kind of surprised by that. So Maybe. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. So thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like button, leave me a comment, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you at the next video.